Today I'm going to talk about Internet of Things. So, what is Internet of Things? So, what do I use it? Right? We use a smartwatch, your cell phone, your tab, and then your PC, your laptops. Everything has a synchronization capability. So, every information is being stored. Once you try to store your informations in your your cell phone, it is get synchronized to your Google Drive, or once you have a Microsoft, you try to store information in an Outlook. So every information is being synchronized, it has been transported to the cloud, it has been stored over there. Whenever you want it, even though you try to lose informations in any sort of disaster, then you can able to fetch those informations from your cloud basis. So how has this been? It's quite easier, right? So that's a, a small example of Internet of Things. So let me come into a picture. Okay. So Internet of Things is like a sensor. So once we go to an a hotel, once we enter into the entrance or lobby, whatever it may be, so it tries to automatically open, right? It makes it easier, right? Oh my God, I don't want to grab or pull the door. That makes it me so uncomfortable. So if it automatically opens, okay, that makes my lifestyle a little bit higher way. That's great. Internet of Things is going to invade everything in next decade. Within 50 or 100 years, it is going to play a major role. Okay. It is a sensor. So how it plays, how it works. So once you are getting near your home, a sensor detects you are coming, and according to your body temperature, it tries to automatically change those temperature. And once you enter into your room, and you feel so soothing, because it already understands what is your body temperature. According to it, how I have to monitor it, that knows it. If you have a Fitbit or any sort of smartwatch, and it analyzes, okay, whether you had a brunch, you had a lunch, how about the status of your hungriness. So it tries to give the information to your refrigerator, and this guy is a bit empty in his stomach, so why don't we make a temperature a little bit higher, so the cooking process will be quite easier. And then even if the cereal is empty, if it is going to come down, it tries to intimate you that you have to buy the cereal. And then if it's been well advanced refrigerator, it tries to give and give information to the grocery store that I'm out of this, out of stock here, so why don't you bring it to me. So every payment is being made through your cell phone. So that makes it easier, right? That's called it known as uh, a next era of life, right? And then if you go to hospital, okay, you have to meet the doctors. They don't know what is your previous way of analyzing your body. So once you have a face recognition, it automatically fetches all the informations that you met so many doctors. This is the status of it. So we have to move to the next step. Instead of trying to be in the same position, I can able to move on in his health issues to the next way. So that makes it easier. So what role things plays a role? A Fitbit can be in your head, or in your hand, or in your torso, maybe your clothes, maybe your feet, everything. It tries to calculate your beats of your heart. And if it would compare to the previous day, and it's a bit low, so why don't you make some pressure on your exercise that makes it into a better position. So that makes a major role. And then if you're at a sleep, you try to be so unconscious, right? If there is emergency, your heartbeat goes down and your temperature goes down, it automatically give an alarm in your your cell phone. And then if it's so emergency, and if it would call the nearby doctor and try to intimate him, this guy is a little bit sober, so why don't you give me a prescription, or otherwise it would be so emergency, I think ambulance would be in your doorsteps. That's great. It's really needed, because a lot of people are dying in the sleep itself, because they don't know how to how to the way of emotions what they give, they can't able to control it, because it is in a sleep, it is totally in an unconscious state. So that plays a major role. And even in security places, it has been a great answer, because in your area there has been a theft, and then this information will get into the what to say a police department, there is a security breach more than a once in this area, and we have to be a little bit caution about this area. And this information is go to the IoT of things, and this what is it? All the CCTV cameras would be in a very active mode. Everyone try to look upon it, so that there may be a little bit of crime would be lesser, right? So IoT is just simple. What we are using it, it will be in a very easy way. That's it. In earlier period, we have a car and we have to open it and we have to close it. Now we have automatic buttons. We just click on, it automatically opens. We know what is the position of it. Even car plays a major in IoT. Automatic cars, it already analyzes your statistical way of driving. If you try to be so odd in your driving, it tries to intimidate you. Please watch out. That's great. Once you go in a car, yeah. Even if you want to go to the frequent places, it tries to intimate you this is a place which you went yesterday and you're going in that way. So there is a traffic over there. Why don't you use a different route? So you won't get an instant way of answers. So we use a giant way of satellites and GPRS system, whatever it may be. But it has been in a very gradual manner. Now it has been in a very smaller way. So if you're on office, okay. So once you get into the office, it automatically identifies what is your temperature. It makes it down. If there is a frequent visitor on daily basis, the same guy, it tries to give you a visiting card through your mail. It keep posting that your known guy is coming here. So when I have to give you appointment. If it's a new, it tries to be in a new index. So it tries to get stored in a new way. So IoT, simple, makes life easier. A sensor, AI, everything. Thank you. Thanks for watching.